podcast where we put you on the map. This is Ron Costa broadcasting live in the Mappable USA studios in Las Vegas, Nevada. And folks, today we're going to get back into a little bit of crowdfunding. We're going to talk about some Reg.CF projects. We got a great podcast lined up for you. Before we get going, let's introduce Vicky Hutchmala from the World Token Market. Vicky, how are you today?
I'm fabulous, Ron. Another exciting day in Vegas, 112 degrees, but we love it, and it's beautiful out there. But more importantly, we have a very interesting podcast, and we're going to go into the gaming industry and talk about crowdfunding in the gaming industry. So it should be exciting. We should get started.
I like it. So let's introduce our guests. Folks, we've got JT Nguyen. He's the CEO of GameFlip. And we also have Matheus Arnellas. He's the head of operations of GameFlip. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing awesome. Thanks. Really appreciate having the time to speak with you guys.
Oh, it's our
Doing
pleasure.
great.
We
Happy
love to
to be
have
here.
you. Yeah, this is great. This is like a Zoom call without the video. I love it. This is going to be a really good show. Where are you guys calling in from? Where's your location?
We're in the Bay Area in San Jose.
Okay,
oh,
very
nice.
We're on the same time zone. That's great. Okay, so before we start this podcast, maybe let's get into you guys' backgrounds. JT, maybe you can start off. Tell us about yourself and how you got to be where you are right now.
Yeah, sure, no problem. I'm JT Nguyen, as you mentioned, CEO of GameFlip. My background, I am just a person that loves building things, and hence I ended up being an entrepreneur. Just long story short, my family immigrated from Vietnam, and I saw how hard my parents worked, and I saw the awesome opportunity available here in Silicon Valley. I ended up going to school at Stanford, getting my master's, and then getting my business degree at UCLA. All of that was really to train myself to be able to build, run, operate, and scale businesses. And it's really my passion. I've been doing this for now almost 20 years across several startups.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Matheus, how about you?
Hey, so I came from Brazil. I live here in the U.S., been living here for the past 8 years, but I met JT back in Brazil when we had another company called Area Games. That was back in 2011. It was always a childhood dream of mine to be working with games, be involved in the industry, because I grew up playing video games. I grew up also like trading digital assets in games I loved. And it turned out like a great partnership between myself, JT, and our team. So yeah, I've been living in California for 8 years plus, loving what I'm doing, and working together with JT to build GameFlip and many other awesome projects.
Yeah, well, how did this whole
nice.
GameFlip thing started then? What was the impetus of this? You guys decided to get together and saw a market, you liked what you were doing, and you kind of went for it then, huh?
Yeah, I can explain that. This is JT. Basically, we started as a games publisher when the industry turned from physical to digital, where gamers now bought digital items. And the issue we saw was, once you bought the digital item, you actually don't own it at all. You can't trade it. You can't resell it. And gamers were going everywhere. They were going on forums. They were on Reddit. They're going on Steam, and they're getting ripped off. There's a lot of frauds and scams. Hence, we thought there needs to be a better solution. There needs to be a trusted brand, a platform that really enables true, safe trade of digital goods and digital assets. And that was our concept for GameFlip. If you look at the industry now, roughly almost $200 billion worth, of gaming items, games being purchased, majority of it being digital. And so this is a huge challenge and problem that we wanted to help solve. And we'll talk about it maybe a little bit later, but I think blockchain technology is really the key to solving this for all gamers.
We love blockchain. We think it's fabulous.
So GameFlip then is a portal then? Is that basically what you guys are doing?
In summary, GameFlip is a marketplace, a commerce platform that allows gamers to simply and safely buy and sell anything digital that they can trade. So an in-game item for a game where they can actually trade between each other. We facilitate the entire end-to-end transactions, all the financials, right? We escrow the payments, and then we make sure that the buyer gets exactly what he or she purchased. We use a variety of technology as well as community management, reputation scoring. It's a very sophisticated system, but in summary, since we've launched in 2015, we've been able to facilitate over 140 million in sales on our platform safely for our community of 6 million global gamers.
Wow, that's exciting. But let me ask you this, JT. When you say that gaming assets, I'm not very familiar with gaming. I mean, I'm not into that kind of thing. But when you say assets, what is that they have to trade with each other?
Yeah, so I'll explain, and Matheus can add his point as well. Basically, the biggest games today, like Fortnite, Rocket League, CSGO, you can play the game for free, but if you want to enhance your gameplay experience, customize your characters, you can buy in-game items, digital items, anywhere between, I would say, a couple $100 to a couple $100. Once you purchase these items, some of these games allow you to trade between gamers or gift it between gamers. And that's what's happening. They actually do the trade in the game. But when the money is transferred between the gamers, that's where they have problems. They may just go on a forum. One guy says, hey, send me $100 and I'll send you this item. The next thing you know, the kid sends the item, but the $100 never gone, or he doesn't send the money. So we facilitate and build a safe environment for gamers to transact. But Matheus, did you want to add anything? You're a gamer. I mean, he's definitely experienced here in this area.
Absolutely. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that, as a gamer, when you're playing something, you spend hours and hours of your week, right? Some people play games for hundreds, even thousands of hours as they get immersed in these universes. And within these universes, especially if it's a game that it's a game as a service, right? It's an online experience, gathering people from all around the world playing that game. You have items that, as JT mentioned, you can buy. You can even earn items playing the game through your progress. And these items are pretty much like our physical items in our real life, right? You buy one thing that is physical. You can keep it. You can resell it. But that was not the reality for digital items. They were all locked in the games, and players could only trade. So that's what we're offering here. A great value for players is a marketplace where you can exchange these hard-earned assets through a very secure and transparent system that is GameFlip.
And that's your blockchain platform. Did you guys build your blockchain platform, or did you outsource the building of it?
Yeah, so let's explain the separation between what we have today and the blockchain world. So today, as Matheus mentioned, those items get locked in the games and they can only trade. We facilitate the financial side and help them unlock that value. Now we're extending the platform for blockchain assets. So any digital in-game assets, or as some people call it, NFTs, they can be created and they can be traded within our platform. And the beauty there is, with blockchain, there's true ownership. You know exactly who owns it, and they can trade it freely. And it unlocks the entire potential of what we've built as a platform, right? It realizes the vision of every gamer actually owning what they purchased, and then being able to simply, safely buy and sell it using fiat, credit card, wire transfers, whatever it is. To answer your question, we are building it ourselves and integrating with the top gaming blockchains. So we have experience. Our development team they each have about 10 to 20 years of experience building gaming platforms. This is not our first gaming startup, as Matheus mentioned. So we are quickly building that and allowing our gamers to buy and sell, like we said, blockchain items as well.
Very, very nice. And so do you guys use an app as well?
Yes. So gamers can
And did you build that yourself?
Yep, we built everything. We're technologists. Terry and I, my CTO, we met at Stanford. We were getting our master's in computer networking. So we have a very savvy, technical, experienced team. In terms of our platform, in the last 5 years, it's gone down maybe just a small number of times for a handful of hours. So we're able to build a very robust, scalable system.
Well, talk to us about the process of going into crowdfunding. What made you choose that?
Yeah, crowdfunding was very interesting for us because, as we mentioned, we're now up to 6 million gamers, and this community has helped us grow to the size we're at. We felt at this point it would be awesome to get them involved, not only in the products and the feedback of what we're doing, but the potential path to growing with us as a team. And so it's really onboarding product evangelists and give them the ability to join the journey with our team. And we're a team of basically a dozen in San Jose and another 15 in LATAM running our operations. And so we just felt crowdfunding was the perfect timing and complement to what we wanted to do to deliver true ownership for gamers. And we needed them on board.
Excellent.
Yeah, so tell us how GameFlip actually makes money then. So like maybe we go through the process. I go to the website, I sign up as a gamer, whatever. How do you guys make money off that site?
Sure. It's a typical consumer-to-consumer marketplace. So you can come on, create a free account, very simple. And then let's say you're a seller. You have an in-game item that you would like to sell, that you can trade. You would easily list it. It would take you about 10 seconds to list it. Once the item is purchased from the buyer can use a credit card, multiple means, multiple currencies around the world. The buyer purchases the item. We create revenue through several means. The main one is a commission that we take from the seller. That's 10%. We also create a smaller amount through fees for buyers that pay a little bit of a small fee for payments, and for sellers when they actually cash out and pull the proceeds from our marketplace. So it scales very well with sales on the platform.
Yeah, and it's good to have somebody like Matheus there who's a real gamer, and he probably has a good idea about what gamers want to see and what they can do, and probably gives you a fresh perspective on how you actually grew this company, right?
Yeah, maybe Matheus, you can talk about the categories. I mean, we have a very wide variety, and we have good depth in what we enable sales as well.
Yeah, definitely, and it's interesting that this is when we started GameFlip, the digital asset category was not like brand new, but there were very low developments around that. As JT previously mentioned, most players used to just trade these items on forums and or even like talking to real people, and it was hard to make it happen, and it was risky. So with GameFlip, we built and we started our categories with a Steam-based game. We have like different ways for sellers to deliver their items. That all depends on the game mechanics. With blockchain integration, that's the most beautiful one in my opinion, because you can freely transact. It's the easiest one, and we are in the very infancy of such technology, right? So trading should become much easier as the technology develops, and we're pitching that's one of the things we believe in, that a blockchain should be more user-friendly. So it should be very, very easy for a user to set up one account. So our blockchain integration is fully integrated to all the GameFlip accounts. So all GameFlip accounts, all GameFlip users are able to transact and import and export their NFTs, their game NFTs to GameFlip. But we have not only the blockchain ones, but we have like major games, support to major games like Rocket League, like Diablo, Counter-Strike, and many classics.
Do you create games? Do you make the game?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do you?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we have experience doing that in our previous company. We were both a games publisher and a games developer. We've actually worked with Marvel and Ubisoft in the past to create and develop mobile games. But GameFlip itself, the intention is not to create games, but to facilitate commerce for gamers. And with the growth of the metaverse, the growth of Web3, we want to become the engine that powers commerce safely for all gamers. So we'll be not just a consumer product, but we'll be a infrastructure product that will work with game developers to enable them to create these digital assets.
Which is what's nice about blockchain, because it creates a kind of secure transparency about transactions so people can feel safe on your platform.
Yeah, exactly. And just to be very specific about what we want to do with blockchain, very simply, a use case is you create an account with GameFlip. You have a wallet. In the wallet, you can transfer digital assets into the wallet and out of the wallet. When it's inside the wallet, you can actually show that to all the other gamers and sell it safely to them. So it's like, here, this is everything I own. Here's my wallet. Come here, take a look. And it doesn't matter what the underlying technology is, what the blockchain is, whether it's Polygon, Ethereum, Binance. Our goal is to support any blockchain and make it transparent. So the end user, the average gamer, doesn't need to know about technology, doesn't need to know the complexities of crypto or the tokens. You're coming to a site, just like you're purchasing something on Amazon, but it's digital. Here you go. I want to buy it from this person. Send in the credit card information, and you get the item instantly. That's really our vision. Once blockchain enables this and it becomes, I would say, mainstream across all the game developers, we will be that central brand that powers commerce for these transactions.
Right.
Very exciting.
Before we get into the crowdfunding aspect of this, I just want to make sure I understand this correctly. When I create an account with you guys on the website, I am using an e-wallet to transact these buys and sells, and I'm funding my e-wallet with fiat or credit card. Is that right?
You create a free account with us, any social, email, etc. And then when you make a purchase, you can purchase directly using a credit card. So you actually don't have to fund an e-wallet if you like to. We do have that concept as well. But most of the transactions on our site are, under $20, so you just buy directly.
Right. Okay. All right. So now you guys were looking at crowdfunding, and you decided to go with a Reg.CF. Is that correct?
That's correct. This is our first time ever doing crowdfunding, so we've learned a lot through the last few months. But yes, this is what we want to start with.
Right.
It's a lot more than you expect, isn't it?
You know what? It's just like anything else we do as an entrepreneur. There's so many unknowns. We just have to tackle it one at a time.
Yeah.
And like with gaming, there's so many fraudsters out there that you have to be careful that you don't waste your money before you even start your launch.
Exactly. There was definitely some pre-built costs associated with setting up a crowdfunding campaign. But it's nothing surprising to us. We understand that you need to present yourself in a transparent, fair manner and explain your vision to your users. And we greatly value our community of gamers, and we would not offer this unless we felt it was 100% transparent and safe.
Right.
Wow.
Yep. Okay, and then there's a lot of crowdfunding portals out there. I'm sure you looked at a bunch of them, and you guys chose, I believe, StartEngine. What was it about them that you liked, or how did you make that decision?
Yep. I can add my thoughts, and Matheus can add his as well. For me,
Good.
at a high level, we were looking at the portals and the platforms we thought were the top ones, top 5. StartEngine is definitely one of those. We were looking at ones that were consumer-focused, that had a similar overlap in audience as what we thought the mainstream gamers were. And we were looking for a profile of a team behind the company that was similar to ours, scrappy, fast-moving, aggressive. And so when you add all those things together, StartEngine popped up as one of the top on our list. And when I started talking to the team, I felt it was just a great synergy. Matheus, do you want to add anything on your end?
Yeah. Like I recall that when we were researching our possibilities with crowdfunding, and one thing that really interested me in StartEngine was how engaged their community is. I was researching all the live campaigns they had back in the day, and like all of them had like multiple people engaging and asking questions and pretty much just exchanging information, asking, and the platform itself had a robust set of tools for the companies that are running their campaigns to engage with the community and publish their updates. I really like that, and as community is like part of the core of our company, we grew based on our community feedback, and we aim to always be transparent with them. I thought that was a really good fit for us.
Yeah, what's interesting about that is that StartEngine or any portal really has to sell themselves to you as the issuer, but you also have to sell yourself to StartEngine, right? You have to get vetted by them. They don't just take any products, right?
That is very correct. The vetting process actually is very thorough. They do background checks on all the individuals, directors. They look at your business model. So yes, it was a very interesting process, and we're very happy that we got through their funnel and we're launched.
Well, tell us a little bit about that process. How long did it take from the original?
The process.
Yeah.
I think it took us a solid 3 months from the time we really started initiating some conversations with them to the time we launched. And yeah, there were a variety of tasks involved in this entire process.
Well, if it took you 3 months, that's pretty impressive, because that's a short period of time. Yeah, that's really good. And then you guys had to create your regular documents, offering documents that any deal would have, basically, right? And then you show them to them, and then I guess when someone's interested in your project, they go over to StartEngine, they see your project, and they download the offering documents?
Yeah, so there's a variety of ways for them to find us, but I would say we created a basic summary of our business and the way we wanted to pitch ourselves. That's the landing page. We created a video, specific video with our team to explain the high-level, pitch of the company itself. And then behind the scenes, there was the memorandum, which is a much more thorough document, and financial audits that ran in parallel. By the time you pull all that together, then their compliance team has to review all the details to make sure everything is checked off, and then you're ready to go off to the races.
So did
StartEngine help you through the crowdfunding process?
In terms of just the preparation, yes. They have a variety of team members, a project manager, a campaign manager to help you through kind of the marketing aspects, and then even after you launch, a campaign success manager. So I would say they are quite organized in terms of just being able to set it up as an end-to-end process to help companies onboard and be successful.
Okay.
Good
and
job.
This video that you mentioned that you did you did this video before you launched this project on StartEngine, right?
Yes,
is that
you
correct?
guys can see it on our landing page on StartEngine. But yes, we hired, and they have a third party that we work with But we went to film for a day. We edited it. We wrote the scripts, and we worked with them on all the aspects of it. We have some experience doing this already from our past, so it was a fairly smooth process.
Yeah. Oh my God. Vicky, this is a company that did marketing before they did their offering. Isn't that amazing?
What a concept, Ron. Everybody does it backwards, and finally we're talking to somebody who knows that you've got to do the marketing first. I love it.
Trust me, yes. We had many plans, and we knew how to position it, and we've been we even ran what you call a testing the waters campaign. So before you go live, about a week or two, we were promoting the concept to our users. You can check out that page, GameFlip.com/invest, and you'll see how we kind of communicate to our own users this exciting opportunity to join the journey with us.
Nice. Have you considered tokenizing anything so that your end users can be actual investors into your company, GameFlip?
We actually have created our own our own utility token in the past to allow gamers to buy and sell within our marketplace. So we're pretty familiar with blockchain from that aspect, and that was on the Ethereum blockchain. But moving forward, I think I like the crowdfunding aspect because it really gives them true ownership in terms of common shares, and it aligns interests for everybody. And we can get much better feedback from this core group because, like I said, the incentives are aligned as we move forward.
Very nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And what are you guys doing now to continue the marketing push for this? How are you driving people to your portal site?
Yeah, just to be clear, we just launched last Thursday, and we started promoting to our community.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we've done well so far. I mean, we're very happy with the engagement. Our community definitely joined us. You know, we're at roughly 150,000. We have about 500 plus followers on our campaign. We were on the most momentum throughout the weekend on StartEngine. So we thought the launch went quite well. At this point, it's really about continuing the marketing and starting even some paid marketing to the crowdfunding community and working with StartEngine to get more exposure to their core community. I think the key aspects are to really build momentum and trust within the right audiences, and to let them know that we're a real company, we're real people, and we're experienced and successful entrepreneurs. And so we're now just on the road trying to explain our vision. We're very excited about it. Just think about it. If a gamer can truly own what they purchased and they can simply and safely transact the hundreds of millions of dollars, this is an amazing opportunity for gamers and for GameFlip.
And how did you go about getting your initial investors to help you start the process in the beginning?
You know what? We didn't really have any angel or seed investors. We just felt like our community would engage at this point because we've been around for 5 years and they've seen the value we generate for them. If you think about our top sellers, they're able to generate revenues, tens of thousands of dollars a month selling items. Even some of our power buyers are buying thousands of dollars, I assume, because they can resell and run their own business. So we just felt they would be highly engaged in this type of crowdfunding. And so far, it looks very strong. We've gotten pretty good feedback. And at this stage, I am about to announce to my own network of investors and other people on LinkedIn. So we're slowly building that engine to promote and to really communicate this launch.
Very nice.
And you have a great market. You have a great market of potential investors too, because even though I'm not really a gamer, but I have a lot of friends who are, and I always say I'm a big sports guy, and I say, everybody's so really passionate about sports and baseball, football, and my gamer friends go, Ron, you have no idea. Gaming, people are crazy.
Ron, let's put it this way. Out of, 8 billion people, I think we got 3 billion gamers in the world. It's approaching almost 50% of the world population. So, yeah, gaming is pervasive, and we are just here just to try to build this safe environment for commerce, especially as the concept of the metaverse is coming out. It means many things to many people. But for us, it's really just, going into the digital world and making it a safe, fun experience for people. And we want to be part of that ecosystem.
Yeah, and Matheus hit it on the head before, too, I believe, when he said that, you could start gaming, you start playing, whatever, and next thing you know, hours go by and, tens of hours go by. Next thing you know, it's the next day,
Yeah, absolutely. You can get immersed in games. Go ahead, JT.
Yeah, we haven't even touched the concept of the play and earn. I think there's the version 0, like Axie Infinity, where people could play and actually make a living. I think those games are very early and they're very innovative, but they didn't actually have any real gameplay. But what you're going to see happen in the next year, I think, are very good games converting and leveraging some of that model to allow gamers to earn. Like Matheus said, if you play 10,000 hours, you probably want to get some return off of that. And if you can, it's going to be very immersive and fun at the same time. It just needs to find the right balance. So
I agree. Yeah, absolutely. So you guys are at the forefront of that. If anybody out there is listening to this, they're gamers or whatever, and they want to get more information on what you guys are doing, what's the best way to do that? How do we get in touch with you guys, a website, or what's the best way?
Yep. For GameFlip itself, you can go to GameFlip.com. And for our crowdfunding, you can go to StartEngine.com/GameFlip.
Okay, great. That sounds really good. And Vicky, when we started this podcast, I thought we were going to stick with Reg.CF and crowdfunding. I didn't see it taking a blockchain turn, but it's a turn for the better, right? Wasn't that interesting?
Exactly. I love it. Exactly. I gaming, like JT says, gaming is a huge industry, and it's just exponentially growing year after year after year. And a lot of the gamers, a lot of the end user gamers are young, and it's important that JT and his team have they have enough integrity to protect those young people in the process of gaming, allowing them to enjoy what they're doing, to work within the process, and to feel safe and secure. And I have to say, Ron, we've talked to people about crowdfunding and how you go about it, and I must congratulate JT and his team, because not only they have the mission and they have the integrity, but they know how to create the strategy that gives them the plan to take them into the future successfully. And congratulations on that, because it may sound like a no-brainer, but so many people skip that part that's called strategy. Everybody thinks it's an overnight success, and it's not. And I have to say congratulations, JT and your team, for doing something special.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ricky and Ron. We really appreciate, speaking with you today. And yeah, for us, we learn definitely through this process, but we feel very fortunate to have been able to launch the crowdfund as well as be in the gaming industry. We're constantly learning. It's the cutting edge, and that's what makes it so interesting for us.
Yeah, I
got never-ending change.
Yeah, I got one more question, JT and Matheus, before we close this out. Are you guys doing any trade shows? Are you going to be in Vegas at any point? Vegas has a lot of gaming shows here. Do you guys ever attend them?
We used to attend them before COVID, and yes, once we get past this crowdfunding, I think the intersection of gaming and blockchain, those are the kind of conventions that we'll be going out to. We already have a BD person around the Miami area, and there's just a lot of activity happening around blockchain. Yes, definitely we'll try to get ourselves out there.
Okay, excellent.
Are you going to go beyond gaming in the future?
Oh, yeah. All this stuff, as we mentioned in our crowdfund, we're talking about music, entertainment, fashion. Everyone is going into what we call the metaverse, and guess what? They need to power commerce, and we are the engine that want to facilitate that for all these industries.
And it's very lucrative, very lucrative.
Yep.
It's a lot of interesting information.
Yep. All right, JT and Matheus, thanks a lot for being a guest on today's show. And Vicky, thanks for co-hosting this. Folks, you listen to the Mappable USA podcast on MappableUSA.com. Just go to that website, scroll down. You'll see all our syndication sources. Pick the one you like best, subscribe, and you'll never miss another one of our episodes. And if you want to be a guest on the show, like JT and Matheus did today, there's a guest tab there. Fill that out. We'll see what you can do like getting you on the show. And if you like what you heard today, send us an email at info@MappableUSA.com or just leave a comment on whatever page you're listening to this on right now. So thanks for listening. Thanks for your support. We'll be at you next time with another Mappable USA podcast. Have a great week, everyone.